Okay, so when you try to fit this nose piece in, you have to kind of look at the grooves and, you know, where it fits through. And so you have to figure out, and there's two nose pieces sticking out, one here and one there. So you're gonna have to figure out where it belongs. So I have to make it like, okay, here's the 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and the 9 o'clock. So point this L-shaped nose piece, the filter part, face it that way, and then turn it vertically up to the 12 o'clock to lock it in. And if it doesn't lock in, you have to maneuver this disc down here, the coffee filter, until it snaps down better, and then for it to fit down, because this nose piece is what helps keep the filter down, okay? So you have to play around with it and maneuver it in and lock it into the 12 o'clock. The next piece is this donut shaped thing. Before, I could not even see through this thing. Before, it was just all clogged in like a layer of drywall and chunks of drywall, broken pieces, which was just hard water that caused the detergent to be really chunked up in there. There used to be like a nose piece here, but I couldn't remove this because the nose piece was just built up too. And so I had to use a knife and kind of trim off the nose a bit in order to lift this up. That's why all these years I couldn't lift this up and remove it, because it was built up with a nose piece there, so I had to trim it off a bit. And then now I just put this back in. Look how nicely it goes in now. Wonderful. So when you, and then I also took out the spinning spout. I had to clean it out too. I had to use like, I had to clean it out because it was clogged too, full of like chunks of drywall pieces of like built up detergent again. And so I had to use like a small hand-sized scissor with a pointed end and just take it and just like go into each slot and break up the chunks, you know, because if it's clogged, the water's not gonna spray well. And this piece right here, which is like a drainage that water flows out, it kind of helps like get chunks out too. It was all clogged also, so I had to break it up and run hot water down it. So don't use too hot because then you'll burn your hand, but I was using gloves so I could use it a lot hotter than usual. So I had to constantly flow water from all those top holes down to here and just take this scissor and just constantly like scoop it out, like shovel out the built up chunks, you know, because the more built up chunks you have, the more that the breakup debris, the little chunks of white specks from the detergent will go onto your dishes, and then you will ingest it. You'll end up eating it. So almost 8 years of drama. I've spent almost like 2 hours cleaning this dramatic, nasty dishwasher machine. If you buy a new one, you're gonna run into the same problem too after a few years of built up. So now they have this like, there's like these clamping grooves, so you kind of have to snap that right over this nose piece, the spout here. Snap it and tuck it underneath this, that spout, okay? So here we go. See that there? We're gonna clamp it down, okay? There we go, and it just spins. Oh my God, this is such a nightmare. Now I could see through. Now it's gonna drain very well. Before it was all clogged with like chips and debris of like tons of built up hard water and dried up detergent that wouldn't break down. So much better now. All right, guys, and you know what? My sink had overflowed several inches high because it clogged my sink, and luckily I have this like metal piece filter thing that I had to keep collecting because it was like chunks of debris all over. It looks like drywall, like chunks of drywall. That's all detergent and gunk buildup from the hard water. And this is the boiling pot of water that I was boiling certain small pieces to break it up to make it easier to break off the filter parts. And look at this buildup. You better make sure you have a good filter or else it'll clog your pipes too. Look at that buildup. Isn't that disgusting? This is in my cooking pot from boiling the built up gunk. It's pretty gross. Look at that. I might as well just dump it into the dumpster while I'm here. Gross, isn't it? So make sure you have a really good filter drainage for your sink so it won't clog, because that will go all the way down and clog your pipes and build up, and you're not going to have a good flow of water. Okay guys, this is Miss Jenny Lee how to, here's my dishwasher stuff on the floor. I'm gonna have to put it back in and do like, so I recommend this cleaning like once a month or once every few months, depends on how often you use your dishwasher. And also, you could also clean it with a cup portion. I would say 8 ounces or 10 ounces of like vinegar, and let it sit on top of here, you know, and of course this will have to be in there, you know, but let it sit on top of here. So I'm just, while I'm here, still videotaping. Oh, this is really heavy. Okay, I'll hold it from the center. So I'm gonna slide this back in. And you're supposed to, like, if you want to sterilize your dishwasher machine, they recommend it like once a month from build up, you know. So you're supposed to put like into a little container. Here's a 16-ounce container. You could add about 16 ounces of vinegar or 8 ounces of vinegar and let it sit right in the center of your dishwasher. Of course, this whole thing has to be empty, okay? I just had old dishes in there, but it's supposed to be completely empty with no dishes or nothing, okay? It's supposed to be just like a cup portion or up to 16 ounce, however much you want, and then put it in the center. It's gonna stink up your home a bit, so, and then you run the regular washer, the dishwashing machine, and it's supposed to help sterilize and break up debris and clean out your dishwashing machine. If you have stains in your dishwashing machine, like I do right there, and some build-up stains of discoloration that turns it kind of yellow or kind of bluish from the detergent, whatever, you could use baking soda. You could check on YouTube and look up like how to clean your dishwashing machine with baking soda or vinegar, and you can sprinkle baking soda on the bottom area and let the dishwashing machine run. And I heard that it was recommended not to mix vinegar cleaning simultaneously at the same time with the baking soda, because they kind of like counteract with each other and it's not effective or something. So just rotate, like 1 month you'll do vinegar, the next month you'll do like baking soda to help bleach out your dishwashing machine, okay? And there's my advice of exhaustion by Jenny Lee. And thanks for watching Freddy's Modern Kung Fu.